What's going on, guys? Viking Nears back here. We are finally back now. Before we get into anything, obviously I got COVID. It wiped me out. Then went on holiday, and I've had some stuff and some changes going on in my life. So YouTube's been sort of postponed since then. But I want you guys all to know that we are back. We will be back regularly doing some videos. Definitely next week. I plan on doing a live sort of in the weekend, in the morning, just before work. So we will get back to it, guys. I promise you. It's been a while. But yes, I'm all well. We're all good. So everything's been keeping all smoothly. Just a big shout out to some friends and family for helping me through the old rough patch. Also, a big shout out to Grim and Cedro. I will put the link in their newest video down below in the description for mentioning and checking in every once in a while. We do have a Discord, which I will I'll bring up at some point in the video, but before we do, we have a patch. We have the 1.2 patch, so we will start that little video and then we'll have a little talk about it and a little breakdown, and we'll talk about the state of the game and everything like that, and and we'll schedule a live for the weekend, which will be awesome. Can't wait to see you all there. Very positive vibes going on, which is all good. So let's get going. I'm just going to hide myself and we'll start this video.
Total War Warhammer 3 patch 1.2 has arrived, with feature updates, performance boosts and bug fixes galore. Let's get into the biggest changes we can expect to see. Campaign changes. Lords and heroes will now unlock their respective mounts automatically after reaching the right level, saving you skill points to use elsewhere. Our auto-resolve formula has been tweaked to reduce severity on hard to legendary difficulty settings, and takes its decision from your battle difficulty settings rather than your campaign difficulty setting. Based on player feedback, we have increased the aggression with which the AI decides to launch an attack against a settlement, speeding up their decision-making process for initiating sieges. Although AI factions who do not consider the player as their main threat will be less likely to send armies your way unless you share a border. Wood elves. They'll focus a little bit more on defending their capital. Technologies for each race have been upgraded across the board, and finally, we have introduced 7 new advanced units to the game, the Regiments of Renown. We will cover this free content in a future video. Battle changes. We've been working hard on the responsiveness of units. Some of this includes range units correctly turning to shoot a target behind them, and reduced delays before and after they fire a volley. There have been fixes made to units who seem to like ignoring retreat commands while engaged in melee, and a fix of flying units not correctly attacking single entity land units. Wu-Xing war compasses and greater demons now have bound abilities rather than spells, no longer costing you winds of magic. Manual fire has been re-enabled in multiplayer, with attack cooldowns matching those of regular firing mode. And finally, every faction has undergone adjustments to their stats. Bugs? Be gone. Along with some crash fixes, we've focused on fixing the following offenders. Unbreakable units no longer rout when all victory points are captured. The Demon Prince's Glory will correctly unlock the final stages of the Bloodthirster set. Slaanesh can now dominate playable factions, and demon factions will no longer automatically declare war on Slaanesh's vassals. Ongoing fixes have been made for heroes and large units synced animation. The AI's ability to redeploy destroyed towers before the cooldown period ends has been removed. Artillery crew can now recrew their artillery machines after one of them has been destroyed, and battle terrain that is too bright has been turned down. The Lord of Change units will gain experience in battle and campaign as expected, and offers to the Great Maw can now be performed when the Ogre Kingdom army is at sea. These are but a handful of changes you can expect to see in patch 1.2. To read the full list of changes, visit our website.
Okay, so let's be honest. I have sunk over 100 hours into this game. Where is it? Yeah. You've played 168 hours. So, it's fair to say that I love it. I love Warhammer. I always have. I have since a very, very young age. However, this should not have been a problem, full stop. You had Warhammer 2. It was amazing. So, the breakdown of Warhammer 3, meh. Sorry. Shouldn't have been in. A lot of these crashes, problems, and everything like that should never really have been an issue. However, it is what it is. You can't blame it. Obviously, with COVID and everything else, and the global status of the world, you can understand it. But enough negativity. Very, very excited to see that they are fixing some bugs, which is always good. It makes the game a lot more playable. I love the smooth. I love the fact that the game is getting slightly smoother. I have not had a crash for ages. And if I have had a crash, it's because I've been doing something else on my other screen whilst playing the game, and it just gets too much for my computer. But that's an issue of my computer, not an issue of the game, which is really, really good. And we have some Regiment of Renown. So each faction has their own. Looks pretty basic, except from the Great Sword Guard for Kislev. I'm sensing they've got a little bit of an advantage. Now, these guys are decent as well, but I'm sensing these two have got the big advantage over pretty much everybody else. I mean, these are pretty standard, but we'll do more on that a little later. But this is the Regiment of Renown. The game is going in the right direction. They are fixing stuff. I believe people are playing it again, which is all good. I'm glad they're fixing the crashes, because let's be honest, when you spend like $50 or pounds or however much it was on a game, you wanted to be able to play it smoothly. Granted, the graphics and everything has been massively updated since Warhammer 2. So you gotta expect these sort of changes. But overall, very, very pleased with the patches. There are more patches coming. Obviously, you have the roadmap coming at some point. It doesn't actually say when, but we have a new map coming. We have Immortal Empires being developed, which is really, really good. You have potential for for loads more lords coming into the game, so the future looks very, very good. And if they do this well, you will be able to play this game for the next 20 years easily, because by the time you've played every faction, every lord, each different way, it'll take ages. Like, I've not yet played every single faction. Well, I have played every single faction with 160 hours in, but we'll have a look at Warhammer 2 very, very quickly. 1,205 hours. That, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Vikings, is a game. When you can sink that much time in it and still enjoy it. I mean, I've still played Warhammer 2 because, you know, I like playing Dwarfs and Lizardmen and Empire and everyone else, so, you know, it's nice to be able to go back. Don't get me wrong, it's very, very nice to go on to Warhammer 2 and play Kislev or Demon Race, especially now you don't have to do that damn awful rush through the demon realms, but you can literally just take over the whole map and then do it at your leisure at the end to complete the game. Like, I've done a full map completion now with Khorne, and I wiped every single race out. I mean, every single race out, apart from the chaos people that just spawn up. But you gotta have someone to fight at the end game, right? So, is what it is. But overall, really happy, and I'm so glad to be back, guys. I've missed you all. I hope you guys are all really well. This is going to be like a short cover video because obviously 1.2 is already out. We already know all the patch notes. We know about the bug fixes. We know the roadmap's coming out soon. We know Immortal Empires map has been linked. It's the full world. We also know which races are coming because we know there are only a couple of races left. Chaos Dwarfs, Nagash. But you know, they are coming, guys. They are going to come, and I have complete and utter faith in this game. They can turn it around if it's done well. Now, I would rather wait and then do it well and bring it back to life than them come in and mess things up further, because let's face it, as a Warhammer fan, we don't want this. We don't want them to mess this up. We don't want this to be a game they rush to make and then it fails and they just don't bother anymore. Because this game does have great potential. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, guys. We are back, baby. Regular videos will start coming in. And just before we go, is welcome to post into this. I want to hear what games you guys are playing, your opinions, what you think. So all in all, come see. The Discord link is down below for you guys. And yeah, without further ado, I will see you guys on the next one, where we will be coming back to Warhammer 3, Warhammer 2. We're going to be playing a little bit of Dawn of War as well. Soulstorm, 40k. There may even be there's definitely going to be some Neverwinter and other games as well. We might even do a little bit of New World as well. So Left 4 Dead, Apex Legends, things like that. So stay tuned, guys. I hope you guys are well, and it's good to be back, guys. I will see you all in Valhalla and this weekend. Bye for now, guys.